Good morning, babe. So, here's the news. So, our press secretary went on to talk about how the SAVE Act was passed by the House. She called it was common sense measure that was taken. She also said that it's a complete fallacy that women who are married won't be able to vote if their name didn't match their birth certificate. And she's saying that's fear-mongering by the left. But then proceeds to say that there are things in the bill that shows you how to avoid that.
Well, that's her roundabout way. But here's the thing, guys. You gotta,
like, she acts like we can't read?
Well, no. What do you mean read? No, you gotta listen to the words. The words always give people away. Everything these people say is just to subvert or dance around what they are actually saying.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "That's ridiculous to think that a married woman that has changed their name won't be able to vote." And then the second sentence is, "There are clearly outlined ways to avoid this." Meaning, you have to do extra steps to avoid this. So, thereby, yes, it is saying you're not going to be able to vote. Because if it wasn't saying you're not going to be able to vote, then you wouldn't have to take any additional steps. These people always give themselves away. And look, y'all came in the comments last week and told me this isn't going to pass. It passed. It passed. And you have fucking Democrats that voted for it. Now, I think it still has to go through the Senate, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
People are saying it won't pass there. Well, okay, maybe it won't. I don't know. I guess the further this goes, maybe the more people will actually look into it and maybe... Look, here's the thing, guys. I don't care about election security because election fraud is not really a thing. They do study after study after study after study on this shit, and it is so minimal and so minor. The system is not broken. And one of the really funny part is, 99% of the time when they do catch someone trying to stuff a ballot box or interfere in an election, guess who the fuck it is? It's Republicans. Almost every single time, and you can go back through time and look at the records, because these are court records, and these are police records, and these are Board of Election records. Almost every single instance of voter fraud is Republican. Everything these motherfuckers do, and look, I'm not going to stand up here and let Democrats off the hook. They suck too. But when it comes to voting and rigging shit and gerrymandering and bending the fucking rules and doing all this shit, it is Republicans every fucking time. They pull voting places in black neighborhoods so black people can't vote. They gerrymander the fuck out of states like Ohio because they know that they would never win an election here again if they didn't. The reason that Ohio is Republican now, it used to be a Democratic place. And then it went purple, and now it's red. You know why it's red? Because they got it set up so corn's votes count more than people's votes. Look at some of the districting in Ohio. It looks like a duck and a turtle and whatever. Voting districts should be square. All of them. Square. Around cities, around rural areas, square. That's how they should be drawn. That's how they should look in every fucking state. And I guarantee you if they did, Republicans wouldn't be able to get elected dog catcher.
So why does it always seem like when they're trying to... Why does it seem like they're always trying to come after women?
It's not women. It's anyone that could possibly go against them. Like I said with the gerrymandering, it's that discounts the city's votes. Polling places in the inner city, that discounts the black vote. All these people do is try to stop the left from voting, whether it's women, whether it's black people, whether it's gay people, by changing names, by changing birth certificates, by just throwing out voter registrations. Everything they do is to cheat to win because they cannot win a fair fight because no one would vote for the regressive, stupid shit. They just wouldn't.
Then why are they getting away with this?
Because they're doing it within the rules. They're not breaking the law. Passing legislation is not breaking the law. It's literally how you're supposed to do things. They're doing it by the book. Gerrymandering isn't illegal. They voted to change the fucking shit. And the people in the minority, aka them, of course voted for it. If you're some backwoods, scared to death of everything fucking hick, of course you're going to vote to change it so that your vote counts more. Why wouldn't you? They're doing it within the law. That's why I stand up here and you guys all tell me, oh, well, we need to do this and they're doing this. They're not breaking the law. They're doing it by the fucking book. Yeah, they're bending it. Yeah, they're doing some shit that's scandalous and sketchy and not fair. But it's within the letter of the law. They're voting on this shit. They're running it up the chain of command.
What's funny, you're talking about doing it by the law, but yet a judge
Well,
finds probable cause to hold Trump administration in criminal contempt over its willful disregard
I'm not saying everything.
of order of Venezuelan migrants flown to El Salvador. So what do you got to say about that?
Well, they're going to argue that they are doing that within the letter of the law too, because they're going to argue the Patriot Act, and they're going to argue time of war and terrorism and all this other shit. So again, it's bending the rules. They're going to challenge this in court, and they have a bunch of lawyers that are going to cite a bunch of shit to let them get away with it, maybe. I don't know. So, yeah, you're defying the court, but you still get your day in court. So, yes, the judges said this, and now it's going to get challenged, and they're going to do this, and blah, 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 blah. So, I don't know. I'm not saying everything they do is legal, but this SAVE Act, they're doing it legally. This gerrymandering shit, they did it legally. So, once you take that toothpaste out of the tube, you can't put it back in. Once a place is gerrymandered to death, to where your vote means nothing, you would have to vote to change it back. And you're never going to get that vote because now the system is rigged against you. So, I don't know.
Keep resisting. Keep your voices heard.
I mean, that's the thing, guys. Like,
keep voting.
Don't
do
go out
everything.
there. Don't go out there and be stupid. But don't shut up either.
Right.
And I stand up here a lot and I say it doesn't make a difference. And you know what? It probably fucking doesn't. But you still got to stay out there. You still got to stay loud. You still got to stay active. You got to let other people know. I would say in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't make a difference. But you also have to let people that feel defeated or feel down or don't know what to do know that there are still people out there fighting for them, and that's what matters. You're probably not going to fix the system. We're probably not going to go march this away, but it lets people that are feeling down know that they have a community. So I think that's important.
Well, thanks, babe. Well, like, comment, and share. Some of our content has been suppressed as of lately. Even reposting helps and everything else. Go watch all of our other videos here. And thank you for watching and talking with us here at Kitchen Talks. We appreciate you. Thank you.